Today we're going to interview another member of our community. We're going to interview Mr. James Clark, who is the, I want to say, president or chairperson of the Galveston chapter of the Texas Restaurant Association. And they had a lot to do with our new activity in celebrating the federal holiday of Juneteenth in the city of Galveston Island, Texas, where it all began. James, tell us what you guys did.
Yes, Ms. Banks, thanks for having me, and happy to be here and contribute. So as you said, I am the chair of the Galveston chapter of the Texas Restaurant Association. I also sit on a lot of other community boards and committees. And I also run a restaurant here on the island, Mosquito Cafe and Patty Cakes Bakery. So just to kind of touch on what you were saying is I partnered with last year with Alex Thomas from the Visit Galveston team, and we were bringing a lot of awareness of and celebration to the island for Juneteenth because it's the birthplace of Juneteenth. And there was a lot more recognition because of the federal designation of the holiday, and it just seemed silly that there was not a huge celebration, a huge activities and events on the island. And so, Alex really wanted to help bring that in, and everyone in the community helped contribute to that too. To touch on what you were saying is who helped contribute to that. As many restaurants and as many hotels and as many other community organizations we could get. We're helping to contribute, and the focus, at least on the kickoff for last year, and again the kickoff for this year, is that soul food, the Southern influence soul food, just to kind of really commemorate Juneteenth.
That's excellent. We are just so proud to be the birthplace of Juneteenth, and I know you have just moved to Texas, now
about 15 years.
About 15 years now. Well, those of us who celebrated it since we were children, it has just evolved so special to us. Example, I went to college in Los Angeles, and I tell the story about when Juneteenth rolled around. I couldn't understand why folk were not celebrating until I called home. And my dad said, "Oh, that's a Texas holiday." And then from there, after I retired and moved back, then it became a Texas celebration because 45 years ago, it became a Texas holiday.
Right.
And then now that it's federal, we are just so very pleased to know that we had a lot to do with the birth of such an, wonderful celebration that celebrates the emancipation of people. And so we're so glad that the Restaurant Association has these wonderful restaurants. And don't you want to tell people that they need to come on down to Galveston?
Absolutely. And, that's one of the great things about Galveston, too, is that we have so many different restaurants and different varieties of foods to offer on the island. And a majority of them are all run by small mom and pop type of organizations. Sure, there's going to be that big mix of corporate there as well, but a majority of them are small mom and pops that are run by families that live on the island, that contribute to the community. So, we have a variety of foods. It's going to be a lot of focus on the fresh seafood that comes from the Gulf. But, there's such a wide variety. There's burgers and pastas and salads and brunches and, you name it. There's just so many wonderful opportunities to try the great food that we have to offer in Galveston.
I hadn't thought about that, but it would be lovely if some of the folk who are listening to our podcast might tell their families to come and have a family reunion in Galveston or celebrate, and all of our restaurants could provide.
Absolutely. And that's something that has really become prevalent on the island, is the ability to host these family reunions and beach Airbnbs or in the hotels. They're all open to receiving these guests and sharing what Galveston has to offer, whether it be, activities, going and seeing different landmarks that are important culturally and historically, but also all the different foods that we have to offer too. So there is really a mecca of opportunity for these reunions here on the island.
So we're going to say, come on down where it all began.
Yes, ma'am.
And, is there a number that they can call so that they can decide now to make a reservations, or they can look it up?
Honestly, the best place to go is to visit galveston.com.
Okay.
It's a very comprehensive website that has where to go, what to see, where to eat, and it really just helps guide you. And all of the different restaurants within the community are partners with Visit Galveston. So all the information that you see on there is contributed by the different individual restaurants. So you'll get all the latest and greatest information on there and be able to connect with whatever your fancy is for eating.
Well, excellent. I am so happy you took the time out to come in and explain all that to us. And we're going to get all this information out to folk who are going to look forward to coming and visit Galveston.
Yeah, come on down and enjoy what we have to offer and celebrate the birthplace of Juneteenth.
Right, and they don't have to wait until the actual day, Juneteenth. They can start making their reservations and make it a entire time. Anytime
I hear it, because it's always going to be the birthplace of Juneteenth, and we're always
exactly
be able to celebrate it. It doesn't have to just be due.
I love it. I love what you're saying. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.